Hi, just a little unboxing video of a new OWON scope here, or newish, I'm not sure when it actually came out. It's the XDS3202A. There it is there. Not to be confused with the XDS3202 without the A, which is a completely different scope. And why companies do this, I don't know. It's bloody annoying. This is a 14-bit scope, 200 meg analog bandwidth, 14-bit converter in it, which is why I'm quite excited to have a look at it. 1 gig sample per second, not very fast because it's got that 14-bit converter, and it's $1,365 US. The one without the A is an 8-bit converter. It's 100 megahertz, and it's like 800 and something bucks. So really very confusing. So let's open it up, and it's one of these, 5-in-1 things as everyone's doing these days. It's got like a data logger and all sorts of crap in there, and yeah, N-in-1. God, they can't even number it. What they don't even know how many things are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, it's got optional battery power. I have done a video on an older one, the XDS3202. That was a couple of years ago, so I'll have to link that one in down below. It one also had the optional battery. Wi-Fi, I'm not sure if it's built in or whether or not you just plug. It's got like dongle support, and photo is only for reference. Lilliput is the actual manufacturer. That's OWON. Basically, touchscreen. Hey, 12-bit? I'm sure it said 14-bit on the website. Hang on, let me go have a look. That is a complete fail. The website definitely says 14-bit converter. This one only says 12. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, 40 meg of memory, 75,000 waveform updates per second. Very nice. If you remember the old one I did previously, it's got quite a few. It had a few issues and stuff like that. OWON is probably, there might be some OWON fanboys out there, sorry, but they're probably a name brand, in quote marks, with probably the least reputation, OWON, in terms of making scopes anyway. So they just haven't built up the same rep as other manufacturers have. Doesn't mean their stuff can't be good. So oscilloscope, signal gen, multimeter, a simometer? What's a simometer? What on earth is a simometer? Anyway, and data logger, which is interesting, because with 14-bit, you could really do some kick-ass data logging with this thing. Anyway, yeah, it's got multimeter crap on the back. Without further ado, let's not look at the box, even though the box is wrong. So right off the bat, complete and utter fail. So we've got our accessory pack here. Let's have a look. We've got our manual XDS. Yeah, the 3000 series has a whole bunch of different models. It's got a couple of 8-bit models. It's got one or two 12-bit models, and this 14-bit model. So absolutely crazy. The probes kind of look, I don't know. Anyway, they're rated OW3200, so they're 200 megahertz. Usual par for the course. Meh, whatever. Oh, they could be silicone rubber. I'm not sure. And we've got the genuine Aussie plug, bloody ripper, and look, capacitance. Yeah, it's a little capacitance adapter for the multimeter. Oh yeah, I can smell it. It's a nice small form factor, exactly like the previous model we looked at, the SDS9300. Really thin, foam stuff. That's the back of it. Look at the weird concave on the back of that. Look at that. It's like there's nothing in there, but I don't mind it as long as, of course, because of the limited depth, and tilts back a fair way, does it? Oh, it's bought. Yeah, look, I'm not, that button, I'm going to tip this over, and that button has not pushed yet. Wah, fail. So yeah, I like, they've got actually quite a positive detent on them. UI fail, thank you very much. 200 megahertz, yeah, 14-bit. For those playing along at home, it's got 12-bit on the box. Unbelievable. Arbitrary waveform generated, 25 megahertz, 125 meg sample per second. Oh, that's for the arbitrary waveform gen. I like that. And not many manufacturers actually put the specs of the ARB gen on the front. That's interesting. I think this is the only one. Anyway, only 1 gig sample per second, but more than enough for your 200 megahertz bandwidth. And given that it's of course, 14-bit converter. You're not going to complain. It's rubber on the front, rubber on the bottom, so it's doing the business. A carry handle on the top, meh. Built-in LAN, built-in VGA, which is very nice. Trigger out, pass-fail, so we should be able to get like the waveform updates per second. Why do we have an RCA? There's an RCA connector on there. What the? Anyway, that's our SIGGEN. And then our multimeter input. It doesn't even tell you the cat ratings. That's a fail for a multimeter. It says Wi-Fi, decoding. It's got CAN, I2C, RS232, SPI, all the good stuff. Maximum power, 15 watts. So that's why, hey, where's the battery? I think the battery, does the battery, 3 suspicious screws up there with a different looking plastic. Oh, yep, I was right. There you go. Yep, so that's the tilting bail and the battery goes in there. It doesn't come with one, of course, optional, but that's very nice. And it only takes 15 watts, as I said, which is not a lot for a scope like this. Square screen, it hasn't got a long elongated job. So let's peel that off. It's supposed to have a big touch screen, so let's have a look. These are all pushable. I don't like the look of the knobs. I'm not sure what. Detents. There's detents on the vertical scale. No detents on the position, but that's okay. The multi-purpose, no. And the horizontal, yeah, has some sort of mushy feeling detents on that. So not terrific. Okay, maybe it looks a bit better than the one I did a couple of years ago, the XDS9300 series, but that it still looks pretty amateur hour. Yeah, I don't know who's doing the user interface on these things, but not really impressed. Anyway, grouping layout, you've got your horizontal here with your external trigger. See, that's a fail. You want your trigger controls lined up with your trigger B and C here. Buttons down the side and the bottom, which means twice the complexity probably. USB on the front, your serial decoding print, default. Okay, let's whip these off. One of the good things is got ourselves ×10 probe adjust here. So that's very nice. Excellent. A lot of lowish cost scopes don't include that, so that's a bit of a win. And yeah, anyway, vertical control, trigger control should be lined up with your trigger. Look at this. It's even got, like I was going to say, like, you know, nicely, like external trig. It's almost as if the external trig flows into these controls, because that's how they've drawn it. But it doesn't. They're the horizontal controls. That's ridiculous. What? Unbelievable. Amateur hour in terms of user interface and just the functionality, the graphic, whoever, like they haven't had a professional graphic artist or, you know, industrial designer do this thing. It's just, no, it looks, I don't know, what does it look like? Like some childish, I don't know, Transformer movie thing or something, I don't know. Anyway, once again, all the usual functions. You've got acquire, cursor, display, utility, auto set, auto scale, but no, there's no color, there's no flare in the colors at all. You can get it, you can push the buttons, but you've got to push them quick and sharp for it not to fall over. If people say I'm being too harsh there. Anyway, what is that? Is that like an infrared window or something? Oh, no, it's probably a LED. It's probably a LED that lights up. Unlabeled is our SIGGEN. Completely unlabeled. Why? Like, that's just like an afterthought. And DMM's sort of squeezed in here. Oh, no. That's got it. Come on, hands up. If anyone who thinks that's probably the worst as a look and feel scope, I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty awful. But, of course, it does line up with the connectors at the back. So, you know, there's your output connectors here. But, yeah, it's universal power. So, she'll be right, mate. No worries. There's nothing to indicate that it's plugged in at all. So, oh, that flashed red, but it didn't switch on. Do I have to hold it down? Look at this. I press the button, a couple of LEDs light up, and I've got to hold it down, obviously. You've got to hold it down for at least a couple of seconds to turn it on. Wow. That's a fail. Really? Alright, let's have a squeeze at this thing now. Once again, this is just an unedited unboxing, so please forgive me. How long is this taking? Anyone counting? Still going. Anyway, I believe it's an 800 by 600 screen, and with a 14-bit converter, 10 millivolts per division, bandwidth limit. Okay, it doesn't have them vertical, it's got them horizontal down here. Didn't expect that. So that's our probe. There's our multi-function. Oh, yeah, I would have preferred a detent on that. Ah, look. I can't select that. That is ridiculous. I can't just go push and it selects it and gets rid of the menu. That's crazy. You can sit here and probably wait for a timeout if there is a programmable timeout. You just got to get rid of it. That's just nuts. Look at it, sort of jumping around the shop there. Not sure what's doing there. Yeah, of course, that brings it back to the center. All good. No, it doesn't have 500. It's only got 1 millivolt, 1.00. There's no need to say 1.00 unless you actually go in and fine adjust that, which you can't. Fail. What is that button? What does that pushable button on the scale, vertical scale, even do if it doesn't bring up the fine adjust? It does nothing. They haven't implemented it. And what are these little crosses here? Look, why have we got little crosses on the screen like that? Oh, anyway, whoa! There it is. There's our touch screen. That's as slow as a wet week. And you saw it whoa! Give me a break. Seriously? Does it tell me which one is actually selected? Oh, yeah, it does, technically. But, I would have, it's not a spit and polish like the new Roden Schwartz scope, which has all the nice colour surrounding the knobs. You wouldn't expect that. It's a low-end scope, right? So, details. But that is just so laggy. That is ridiculous. That is what? What the hell is going on there? What have we got now? Acquire perf mode. Performance mode. 8-bit, 12-bit, 14-bit. There we go. We didn't even have our 14-bit mode on. So there we go. We've got our 14-bit interpolation. Sine X on X. No worries. We've got our memory, which should go up to 40 meg. And once again, you can't select that. That is so frustrating. I'd hate to use this thing every day. I'm going to say it's reasonably responsive, but yeah. Anyway, the stupid touch, can we... Yeah, we can change the time base by going like that. No, it looks like we can move and we can expand, but that's exactly what you want, so that's great. No worries. We're going all the way with LBJ. 5 nanoseconds. Woohoo! Not going to get many samples. The fact that it uses the full screen. I only got half a division here, half a division there. No, I hate that. I'd rather have nothing at all, I think. No, bugs me. No, we can't even get fine time base either. No, nothing's happening. Okay, tells us our sample rate down there. So we want to know if we're going to halve with both channels. No. Where's our 1 gig sample a second? Must be 14-bit mode doing that. Must be. It doesn't say that on the box. See if it changes. Yep. 500 meg samples per second. Yep, and it's halved. No, it doesn't halve. There you go. So it's 500 meg samples per second only, but it's if it's a true 12-bit converter doing that, hey, no worries, that's brilliant, right? It's the only reason you'd buy this thing if you wanted the high resolution mode. You would not buy this, you'd not spend your $1,300 or whatever to get a 2-channel, 200 meg scope at 1 gig samples per second with 40 meg of memory. You just wouldn't do it. The only reason you'd buy it is for the high resolution converter. Offhand, I can't remember the competition for the high resolution converter. There's not many of them on the market. There may not be anything at this price point. I stand to be corrected. I have not done my research at all before opening this box. Oh, input impedance, 50 ohms. Nice. Oh, and it's touchscreen as well. Sorry? Yes. So that's all right. Full band. Whoop. Hello? Look. Okay, right, okay, because we're in 12-bit mode. I bet you it can't do that. Then why have it? Why have those options show up if you can't have those things at all? So, it does a lot of relay clicking in there, let me tell you. Input limit, full band. What? I'm in standard 8-bit mode 1 gig sample per second on both channels, which is great. Are you saying I can't disable to get my full bandwidth limit? How do I get my 200 megahertz? That is insane. Channel 1, right? Bandwidth, full bandwidth, 20 meg, full band. That one works. Channel 2. Full band. Does not work. Is that a bug? It's got to be a bug. Anyway, I'm impressed that it's got 50 ohm input impedance for the price. You usually don't get that, so that's pretty good. We've got our usual coupling. We can do our AC, DC and ground. It's a long way to the top if you want to review scopes, let me tell you. Those Akadaka fans will get that. Tell you what, not happy, Jan, at the current state of affairs with this thing. Okay, it's got some useful triggering, nth edge, timeout, Windows, runt pulse, video. Okay, no worries. All right. Won't try auto set, don't care. Display, dots, of course. Hello? Have we really got that many dots? Really? That ain't dots. If I stop that, that's not dots. Dot mode doesn't even work. That's vector mode. There's no difference between that and, what? Is this like a bloody sample or something and half the features don't work? So, okay, we've got color-coded whiz-bang thingamabob. Some people like that. Full screen, XY mode. Okay, you can get both the waveform and there, and some status stuff. Meh, whatever. It's kind of neat, I guess. What else have we got? Output 1, sine, 1 kilohertz, 1 volt, peak to peak, 0 millivolts offset. You would think pressing that button would automatically call up the menu for you, wouldn't you? If you compare this with, say, the Keysight one with their gorgeous velocity control on there that updates the multiple decimal points, we've got to go over and select the decimal point, really old school stuff. It may not have a keyboard, whether it supports a keyboard, external keyboard, I don't know. Start phase, amplitude. Why does it need 3 decimal places on that? I got no idea. And where's our waveform type? Here it is. Look at the bottom, Dave. Duh. So we've got a square, ramp, pulse, and ARB. What do we got inside ARB? New, browse, built in. There we go. Common. Okay, it looks like it's going to have a bunch of them. Yep. Okay, very nice. Okay, cool. It's got some built-in stuff. It looks like it's nice fast updating. 100 milliseconds, it automatically goes into roll mode. I don't mind that at all. Oh, digital multimeter. That's a light on there. I kid you not. That's a white LED. Oh my goodness, that is awful. Who chose that? Anyway, we've got ourselves a multimeter, and it's just reading the back, of course. It's not reading the waveform. Configure, relative, show info, full range, alti range, alternate range. Don't know what that is. Make sure probes go in correct terminal. Yep, no worries. This is terrible. This is, wow, overload. Okay, well, yeah, we're not going to test its multimeter functionality, but that's, why bother? I don't get it. They're just trying to cram their 5-in-1 bloody instruments or whatever. It's just hopeless. There we go. That's a bit better. Trigger position. Yeah, it doesn't look nearly as good. But yeah, there it is. We're not getting, okay, where's our display? It's triggering okay on that. A lot of scopes have trouble triggering that. There's often a sweet spot where you can get that. But anyway, we're in standard 8-bit mode to 12-bit. Oh, look at that. Rock steady trigger. Wow. 14-bit. There. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now, where's our intensity control? That's one thing missing on here. Does it not have any? It does not have an intensity control. Now, it has the color mode. Okay? What? Why did you saw it just flash up there? On. So, it should be like getting higher intensity color grading in there. Wow, it's not. Wow, that's persistence. Can we turn that off, please? This is hopeless. So I've got color mode on. Color mode doesn't even work properly. We saw, look what dot mode's doing. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay. What? This is crazy. What's the... Don't breathe. It's a heartbeat thing. Anyway, I'm impressed by the rock steady triggering on that waveform. That's pretty good. You wouldn't... a lot of scopes have a problem with that, as I said. Don't know why it's pulsating. Oh, and it's got a hardware counter. There we go. Hardware counter's going berserk, doesn't know what to do. That's all right. But where's our intensity control? Display. Am I missing a control? Am I missing anything? Anyone? Are people screaming at me going, Dave, it's right there. It's right in front of your nose. But it's not. It is not there. So, like, it'd be in the display. If any, where's the intensity control? What? What? Acquire, measure, utility, configuration, configure display. Don't tell me it's in there somewhere. Oh, we just saw it pop up red. And display backlight, graticule, okay. So we can change we can just change our graticule type. Okay, that's, you know, a lot of people like the dot. A lot of people don't like having anything. So we'll change it to that. But, there's the menu time. 20 seconds. So we'll set it to 5. Can't select it. God, that's the dumbest thing ever. It really is dumb. Without getting out the manual, I don't know where the display intensity is. Is there any scope on the market that doesn't have a dedicated intensity knob? For an everyday use scope that supposedly has, I believe it, well, it's got the color coding. It's got the color coding, which most scopes don't have. That was like a Tektronix exclusive thing, but that doesn't seem to be working properly. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. You saw it just turn flash green there a little bit, right? What? I don't even think they know what they're doing with that function. It's almost as if the programmers, you know, somebody said, oh, put in color persistence mode. Like, and they go, what's that? Oh, I don't know. Make it change color. Like, what? And of course, dot mode didn't work, which looked at it's doing something there. This is nuts. I don't know what's going on with this scope. This is why nobody's talking about OWON scopes, right? Because, like, you use this thing out of the box and you just, it's not a pleasurable experience at all. It's just like stuff missing, not working. I mean, how can it not have an intensity graded display? It probably doesn't, is the answer. But you'd at least have even if they're not intensity graded display, you would still have an intensity control on the thing. 5 minutes left, I'm going to run out of battery for my single take video. Decode, RS232, SPI, configure. Because we've only got the 2 channels, you want to be able to configure the external one. Oh, sorry. Has the menu. Okay, S clock, positive, negative. Okay, where do you set up your channels? Where do you set up your channels? It's like you can't. Now I wish I didn't change the display turn off. Event table. Okay, it's got an event table. Wonderful. But where is... How do you set which channel is used for clock and timeout? Okay, so it looks like it's got a timeout, so you can get away with the chip select with the timeout thing. Okay. Anyway, don't know if you can use the 3rd channel, like, you know, MISO, Mozzie, and the 3rd channel. That's crazy. That's so limiting. I2C, like, I can't even select the I2, like, oh no. Display, I can't even configure the I2C. There is no configure option. Wow. Unbelievable. I haven't even looked at the data log. Where is, like, the data logging stuff? And, like, they claim data logging. Is that just roll mode? Is it, like, saving to USB? It requires a full review and a day of sitting down with the damn thing and figuring out how stuff works. But anyway, that is an unboxing and first impressions of the play around in a single take. So forgive me. Could do the business if you need a 14-bit converter. But as I said, if you don't need the high-bit converter, I don't know why you would buy. Well, you certainly wouldn't spend $1,300 on a scope if you didn't need the high-resolution converter. So that's really all you care about on this scope. But if you've got a scope like this, you'd want to use it every day, and you'd want features like intensity-graded display and your intensity knob. And it's just not there, and you've got wanky features like the multimeter. But it does have a lot. I mean, you know, you get a lot for your money. I mean, a 14-bit converter, what, was it 100 meg samples per second? I think it said at the maximum, I think it with the 14-bit converter there. So you do get a lot of bang per buck, and battery powered as well. That'd be quite nice. Of course, if you're doing data logging, you want more than 2 channels, of course. I don't know what the RCA output is. That's hilarious. Haven't seen an RCA output on a scope for 20 years. Anyway, VGA out, LAN standard, and all the rest of it. And it's probably got that Wi-Fi functionality in there. I don't know how you'd set that up, but like, just, wow. No, am I missing, like, I don't know what they're trying. It's just got no spit and polish at all, and stuff just doesn't seem to work. So that is bizarre. How to implement sampling setup. Oh, this is great. Oh, how to implement sampling setup. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Oh, wonderful text. No graphics. Anyway, that is the OWON XDS3202A. I'll do a teardown video, but it leaves a lot to be desired, doesn't it? Oh, anyway, let me know what you think. Comments down below. Catch you next time.